telling you, Peter, it's wild. We had this party last Saturday night at the frat house, and there's this chandelier in the foyer, right? Well, this girl from row Kappa Phi climbs up on this thing and starts swinging back and forth, and she's doing a striptease. And all the time she's singing, "I'm just a girl who can't say no." Hey, are you alive in there?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm talking about here? This is every fantasy about college life come true. The keggers, the wild stunts, the no studying, the girls. Of course, some of the hazing I could do without, but that'll be over soon enough. I'm telling you, you were nuts not to pledge.
To each his own, I guess.
What's wrong with you? Last year, you were really depressed when none of the fraternities asked you to join.
Well, last year it was important to me. This year, I've kind of grown out of it.
Meaning it's a phase it should be grown out of.
Meaning I'm moving on to something else.
Yeah, well, some of the things that are waiting for us in this wonderful game called life don't really seem worth moving on to.
Why?
Like working 9 to 5, like coming home to the wife and the kids and the meatloaf, like spending Saturday with the lawnmower and Sunday with her family.
That stuff isn't so bad. In fact, some people look forward to it.
Nobody I'd ever want to know.
Oh, yeah? I'm glad you warned me. Now I don't have to ask you to come to the wedding.
Whose wedding?
Mine. I'm going to ask Vicki Lang to marry me.
Bev, you all set?
Just about. I'd like to get a few more pictures, though.
Stanford, I want you to go next door and get Miss Phillips, or at least see if she's calm enough to talk to me yet.
Right.
Sam, what's the story?
Nothing. None of the neighbors report seeing or hearing anything unusual last night.
Nothing?
Well, nothing for right now. There is a lady, a Mrs. Schmidt, who wasn't home.
Well, make sure you get to her, okay?
Right.
This is amazing. A woman gets shot, then nobody within 100 feet living in the same building hears a thing. All right, listen, when Stanford gets back, I want you to send him. Then I want you to compare notes to see if there are any inconsistencies, all right?
Yes, sir.
But right now, I want you to go down and check the building and the grounds and send him for another team to help you. All right. Miss Phillips? Come in.
I don't know if I can.
I realize it's very difficult for you. I have to ask you some important questions. It'd be better here, but if you prefer, we can go down to the station.
No. I'm sorry, I just don't feel very much like going anywhere right now.
Of course. Please. You said before that when you came in, you only touched the doorknob and the telephone.
Yes?
You didn't go anywhere else in the apartment.
No, I was afraid to. I was afraid that whoever it was that did this was... I took the phone out into the hallway and called the police from there. Then I figured out that maybe that wasn't too smart either, so I went next door to Mrs. O'Hara's.
Do you have any idea who might have done this, Miss Phillips?
No, I don't.
Do you know anyone who might have considered her an enemy?
Everyone who knew my mother loved her.
All right. But she was a very important, visible public figure here in this city. And that kind of person makes many enemies.
And ideological ones, maybe, but nothing that would cause someone to do something.
Perhaps. What was your relationship with her?
She was my mother.
It's a biological fact with many associations.
She was my mother. I loved her. There was nothing between us that would ever cause me... I don't like what you're implying.
Why was she here? She has a home of her own. She even has a new husband. Why did she decide to sleep here with you?
Mary Vicki Lang? Come on, you're putting me on.
No, I'm not.
It's her idea, right?
Mine.
I love it.
Cut it out, Gary.
How can I? It's absurd.
Oh, is that how you feel about it? All right, fine.
Peter, listen, these are the best years of our lives. Why do you want to cut them short?
Maybe I'm going to make them better.
Just take her to bed and get it over with.